you can do things in this game as far as upgrading and using a forge to kind of make your weapon stronger. You can even make your own fire. Yo, it's your boy DJP, one half of the Real Life Recap podcast, and today I am here to talk Ghost of Yotei, which is the newest installment from the Ghost of Tsushima franchise. This game is pretty incredible. It definitely came out last week. I've been seeing a lot of comments, a lot of content on it. I kind of just want to touch base and kind of give my opinion on what I think about this. But before we do get into that, like I always say, like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate you guys. Thanks. Ghost of Yotei, as I said, this is a new game that's come out. If you do remember the first one of Ghost of Tsushima, again, was wildly successful. I think the game was beautiful from the environment to the gameplay.
That's actually really impressive. Look at the animations on the drip in the wind. What is a birdie? With the lo-fi. Did I just witness cinema?
Now, I'm not gonna say that was the first time we saw that, but if you played games like Sekiro, you played games like Assassin's Creed, Ghost of Tsushima was definitely a breath of fresh air. I personally like the fighting mechanics on it a lot more than I like it from other games. And Ghost of Yotei continues to me right where that game left off. I personally have said myself that this game feels the exact same. I know a lot of people don't like when I say that, but you know, when you look at it, it is. You know, I think games like these are primarily successful due to the environment, and I love how, you know, one of the biggest focus of this game is the environment. I love how when you walk and you see all of the grass moving, or you know, when you go up to like snowy mountains, you know, you guys see your like imprint in the snow, or, you know, just these little things that just kind of just take your breath away. I love that it is open world because, man, it is beautiful and it does make you want to kind of just adventure out. But kind of in me saying that too, I kind of feel like that's kind of the big focus of this game, and that's where a lot of the praise comes from, is the environment more than the actual gameplay. Primarily when you get cool games like this, you know, obviously any game, you're typically attached to the story itself. But again, with this game, it's so beautifully done with the environment and just the money that they put into it and all the focus into all the details that it does kind of make me want to kind of explore more than actually finish the story.
All right, I see my mission. I'm locked in. No distractions. I'm about to get this shit done quick as...
I'd even say when it comes to just the environment, just the open worldness of it, just when you're free roaming on your own accord and you don't really feel like doing missions and you're able to just walk around and then just find random stuff. I know I see a lot of content online, which I don't think it's necessary because I think that it does take away from the experience of the game. But just when I see people showing you, hey, if you go to this, you know, place, you're gonna find this, you know, armor and cool like that. But
this is how to get one of the best early game armor sets in Ghost of Yotei that is so good it can last you until end game, and you can get this right at the start of the game. You can actually go over here right at the start of the game, and
this is the best armor in Ghost of Yotei for stealth, and here's where you can find it.
You can already get one of the coolest looking armor sets in Ghost of Yotei early, and I will tell you how. It's
Shut up, bitch!
If you don't want to, you know, cheat yourself out of the experience, just being able to just free roam on your own and knowing that you might find something, or you find this little temple, or, you know, you find this little random shrine that leads you somewhere, then, you know, essentially where you find weapons. It's fun to really just travel in this game. Now, I might get a lot of hate on this, but this is where I gotta start taking away the little points. Ghost of Tsushima, the first time I played it felt hard at first, because, you know, you had different stances and whatnot. But when I understood how to parry, the game became extremely easy.
There we go, perfect parry.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
And I think this game picks up right where that left off. I personally been playing Ghost of Tsushima online, you know, with friends, so I wasn't that far removed from the game. So the minute I got in the game, I already knew how to parry. So I already understood the whole fighting system, and that's not a bad thing, but I felt like I was never really scared or really felt challenged in this game too much. I'm like, look, as long as you know how to parry in these games, you're good. I'm not saying you don't got to get strong. I'm not saying you don't have to upgrade armor, but once you understand parrying, the game is a lot easier, especially when you understand the timing of enemies' attacks. You know, this game does a good job of kind of indicating you with either the blue light or the like red light, so you know when to dodge, you know when to parry, you know when to block. It's pretty simple. So that's probably the only thing I can say when it comes to these games. It does make it fun because it's not going to be too impossible, but it's not as challenging as another game like Sekiro would be, or, you know, Black Myth Wukong. I found myself a lot of times during playing this game that I saw the way that the story was going, and I just purposely chose to go do other stuff.
Oh my god, it's a hot spring. Oh shit, oh my god. Hot spring, hot spring. Go in, go in, go in, go.
Like I said, maybe that's what makes this game good, but for me, it kind of takes away the focus of, I'm here to do a mission. It was really bothering me a little bit to where I was seeing content and people were just giving away, you know, clues like, hey, if you want to find this type of armor, go here. If you want to do this, go here.
Shut up, bitch!
And I think you guys are kind of ruining the experience for people. You can do whatever that you want to do. You know, you can make your content, but I don't think this game even requires that. This game is not that difficult of a game. I don't think anybody that plays this game will not beat it. This game is fairly simple to me. And I do think it's best to let people kind of explore the game for themselves because it will extend the game life. I personally enjoyed, you know, finding armors on my own. I personally enjoyed finding charms on my own. You know what I'm saying? Do things like bamboo stuff. Like, I like finding those. I don't want to go online and somebody's going to go tell me how to do something. That, to me, is not fun. Now, I know I said this game reminds me a lot of Ghost of Tsushima, but there are some differences. One of the first biggest ones being we no longer have any more stances. Now we got different weapons. I think it's kind of cool, but I do miss having the stances. For some reason, I was really attached to that, but it is what it is. Some of the new weapons that we do have, obviously you have your first sword or your katana. Now you also can have a dual katana. You have another weapon called a yari. You have a odachi. Obviously you have stuff like your smoke bombs. You have your kunais. You have your arrows. But there's a lot of great animation with all these weapons, man. You even have a new gun in this thing. The animation with these things, meaning when I'm saying animation, is when you're fighting and you're able to combine and, you know, kind of, you know, maybe slash somebody and shoot them in the air. It look hard. You look like goddamn Neo from the Matrix in that thing. You do got some cool things about this game that I do got to talk about. This time around, they've done a lot more with the controller to make it a lot more interactive. You can do things in this game as far as upgrading and using a forge to kind of make your weapon stronger. And it's so cool because you got parts in there where you're literally taking the controller and you're just pounding it. Not literally, but you're just in the formation. That's dope. You could even cook your own food in this game after you catch fish. And I'm not just saying you're just cooking it, there's a flame. You can even make your own fire where you're literally trying to spark a flame. It's hard as hell, I'm telling you. It's very cool. Now, I'm not want to say too much about it, but they do give you a wolf in this game that you do kind of friend. And I'm not gonna lie to you, the wolf does come in handy a lot of the times. There's a lot that you can do with the wolf. Obviously, you can summon it to help you fight, but even when you are fighting with it, There's a lot of combination that you can do with the wolf as far as assassinations and stuff like that. You can throw like bombs at, you know, enemies and the wolf will like attack. It is kind of cool. Like I said, I don't think this game is that hard to where it's necessary, but hey, it is cool to just have it. Like I said, it does make the game a little bit better, but hey, this is a nice touch. So that's everything cool I gotta say about this game. I do want to touch one thing. I've been seeing a lot of dumb comments about people making a big deal that this is a female and it's not a male, and people saying that it's woke. Me personally, I don't give a damn if it's a male, female, animal. The game is dope. The game is fun. The game looks beautiful, and it has a great story. That's all that matters to me, all right? For my money, is it worth it? Yes, it is. So stop being a hater, y'all. I understand if it was a movie or something. This is AI, bro. If you don't like the way she looks or you mad she's a girl, go find some armor somewhere in this game, put it all over the body, never ever take it off. You'll be good. Stop hating, man. It ain't that deep. So with that being said, I'm going to give this game 8.5 to 9. The reason why I said that way, I said it. This game really couldn't let me down at all. I think this game looked dope from the beginning. I think it was cool. It reminded me of the first one to the T. I think it's copy and paste. People might say different, but only thing I would take is that with these games, they're so fun, but once you understand the fighting system and how to time things, it becomes very easy and very repetitive. But the game is beautiful. I think this game should win a lot of awards, obviously, and I think it will. So that's all I'm really gonna say about it. But if you guys agree with me, disagree, let me know down in the comments. You guys let me know how you guys feel about this game. Am I tripping? What do you think could be done better? Or do you think this game is just a masterpiece as it is? But until next time, I'll catch you guys on the Real Lab Podcast. Peace.